Okay, let's give you a little garden tour. Starting with the greenhouse. It's a mess, so don't judge me. All right, let's start down here. We have a tray of kale that's growing. These are eggplant, I suppose. Some of them are growing, some of them died. My strawberry plant indoors is not looking too hot. As you see, there's some yellowing leaves. I've had one fruit out of this plant. I'm not sure. I think the ones outside are having a best time. I have some runners in water just to see if they produce. Oh, see, we are having root development. That's kind of cool. If we have roots to replant them. I think these are bunching onions. The spearmint has finally grown. These are some flowers. I don't know if they're sunflowers or just flowers in general. I replanted all my dwarf tomatoes right here. And these are Japanese bunching onions, and these are garlic chives. They're still trying to get there. Some of the pepper tray, some of them are growing, some of them are not. I still haven't done any of it. I don't even know where I'm gonna put it because I don't think I have any more space. The experiment with the radish, I think it's gonna be a fail. And this is like the 40 cell one, I believe. But they're not doing too hot, y'all. Like, literally, they're wilting. Even when I put water, I think I've not put water some days, but some days it's just, yeah. So maybe this will work in a better, container, like a bigger container. But I do have a lot of leaves, and I know radish leaves are pretty tasty. These are 4 little ice lettuce that I pulled from the water system and potted it there. Up here we have Caesar, like the lettuce, Caesar lettuce, I think, Little Caesar, I don't know. I'm struggling. Okay, and then I have, ooh, I just noticed this. Oh no, that's not good, my dill. See, I haven't been here in a couple days, but I have to put some water on these. They're definitely dry. Then we have all the ones that I have above my sink. So it's a little darker than the usual. I got these. These are kales and French marigold and Genovese basil. I noticed that one basil was getting burned, so I think the lights are too close to it. And I also didn't water these, and they were kind of getting all sad. Okay, I put some water to the dill, and this is the parsley. Looks like the dill is way more sensitive to getting sad when it's not watered. I killed my turnip badge because I also didn't water it. So it's dead. But turnips are bigger than radishes, and if this didn't make it, like if the radish didn't make it, this will not make it either. Now I have some cilantro that I harvest from there, and the marigold is budding. As you can see, it has 2 buds. Some basil, some lettuces. The lettuce that was kind of destroyed is popping up again. And I also have another little flower bud here. These are all my potatoes. None of them have grown or shoot anything. We got some green beans here and a nasturtia growing right here. These are my strawberries. They're doing very nicely. Oh, I think I think this is ready to pick. Let's get it. Ooh, right there. Nice. So I have all of those, and this is the second batch of strawberries. It's loaded with like flowers. And also I wanted to say, as soon as I started cutting the runners, this started putting actually like the fruit faster. So that is true. Runners do take energy. I don't see any on these, but a lot of flowers though. Lettuce and little nasturtia here. Then when we come to this area, we have green beans and sweet peas, sugar snap peas, all over around this edge. My 3 garlic tomato, the only 3 that survive out of all the ones. And I also planted a little tomato plant back there. Then we have this bed where we have spinach, basil, the lettuce, other lettuces that are growing in this area. I planted dill and cilantro in the back, and these 2 are sunflowers. These 2 are zucchinis. I think they're gold zucchinis. One of them is not doing very well, as you can see. I don't know what I should do with that, if I should cut the leaf or I don't know. But these are the flowers. No flowers yet, but they're growing. And right there, carrots. My carrots are growing. I hope that I get any carrots. I'm going to try to trim the, thin them out whenever they're a little bit bigger. And my oregano. These are the radishes. They're doing very well. And that's the second batch. This is where I'm going to, hold on. This is where I'm going to add the dwarf tomatoes when they're ready. But I got close by and I saw a little root development right there. So they're getting thick. Something happened to this. This is the winter squash. And let me tell you, I had another winter squash here, but I had to pull it out because I didn't know that these were gonna come up. That's why I planted it there. And then when these came up and I pulled the one that was in the hole, then the ones that actually came up started getting sad. So they're looking pretty sad. I don't know. And then these were the ones that I pulled from this container, and as you can see, they do not look nice at all. When I was pulling them, I saw a root because they were in those little cups, and maybe because the root got disturbed and pulled a little, it got messed up. I planted a tomato here because my zucchini didn't come up, and this one is looking nice. It's a winter, I think this is a winter squash again. There's a lot of freaking flies. I'm sorry. Summer, I hate it. And then I planted here some beets. They're starting to sprout. Now watermelon came up, but it's already looking kind of sad. And then, I don't know if you remember, but I did a little experiment with a beer trap, and a lot of animals, or a lot of the snails, got into that trap, I should have recorded, but I didn't, and I think by this time it's already done those. But this is that. There's a lot of grass growing into this little patch. I don't know. We have a big plant here. This is a zucchini. Look at it. Zucchinis are so prolific. This is another zucchini. I threw a bunch of seeds here of herbs, but I realized that it needs more soil, so I don't know if that's gonna do anything. And this is my pride and joy. I worked so hard on this. Okay, so we got flowers that I don't even know if they're gonna grow. All the way in the back I've shown you, but it's indeterminate tomato all the way around, all the way in the back. Then we have basil interchangeably. Then we have more. This is a pepper that we bought, a tomato that we bought, and it has fruit. And then a bunch of other tomatoes that I planted from seed. And then we have eggplant all around the little edges. And marigold everywhere. And look, I have two. Let me see if I can show it from here. I have two marigolds that just popped. Oh my gosh, look at that beautiful flower. Isn't that cute? That looks like an orange one, and this one looks like a red one. Well, look, y'all, the tomatoes are growing big. Look at it. And my peppers are looking good as well. So, yeah. Cucumbers, the cucamelons. Maybe I'll get some cucamelons. I'm not sure, y'all. They're there. They're not dead, so I don't know what they're doing or if they're just slow growing. But, and then we have cucumbers right here, which I thought these plants were not going to survive, but they are surviving. And there is some flowers. I don't know if you can see it, but we got some flowers for the cucumber. And then here we have a patch of wildflowers. That's all.